Hello, and welcome to Kicking Cooking in Quarantine. My name is Mary Bear Shannon. I am a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library, and I am coming to you from my kitchen here in Havertown. We have been doing Kicking Cooking in Quarantine for over a year now, and we are really excited to be here with you today. A couple of things about the library. You may know that we are starting to expand some of our resources and our services in the library. One of the exciting things this last week is we added chairs to the library, so you can actually come out and sit at a table or one of our comfy living room chairs and do quiet study or reading. We still don't have in-person programs or outside use of our meeting rooms, so you can't actually have a meeting in the library, nor can you meet with anybody in the library. But if you need a quiet place to study or to read, we are open for that kind of business. So we're glad to have that back now after 15 months. The other exciting things is that the newspapers are back. I know there are plenty of newspaper readers out there who like to come to the library, and you can also read those in those chairs that we have put back. We've also removed the limit of the number of people who can actually be in the library. So for the first time today, I saw the parking lot was completely full, which is not a great thing, but it's great to see that people are coming back to the library. And then, as you may know, we are doing in-person programs at parks this summer. And you may notice I don't have my pearls on today. I do actually have my library green shirt on, and that is because I am actually doing Cookbook Club at Hilltop Park tonight. And I'm really excited to see all of the members of the Cookbook Club for the first time in a long, long time. We are meeting at Hilltop Park, and we are cooking dishes that have kind of a summer barbecue and picnic theme. Some of the members are actually cooking from a selected cookbook, which is the Complete Summer Cookbook by America's Test Kitchen. Some other people are just pulling some family favorites or finding some recipes online. And so we're really excited to be together tonight. So that's why I'm wearing my green t-shirt, because whenever I am away from the library doing library business or doing library programs, I try to wear my green t-shirt so that people, or my golf shirt, so people know. I have to say this shirt is not the favorite of the staff members. They don't necessarily like this color, but it does identify me. And if I actually turn my camera down, you would see that it says Haverford Township Free Library. Anyway, so glad to have you here for Kickin' Cooking in Quarantine. Again, my name is Mary Bear Shannon. I am a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library, and I am getting ready for Cookbook Club today, which is going to be in the park. And I am going to be cooking some things. I've been thinking about cooking with mint. It is one of those things that I think many of us grew up only finding mint in our iced tea and maybe in a mojito, and possibly in mint jelly on our roast lamb when we were for Sunday dinner. And so I actually have some mint growing in my yard. Actually, I have quite a bit of it, and I have been trying to find things to do with it. I have to say that my herb garden is looking really good this year. I have oregano and thyme. I have quite a bit of basil because I love to make pesto. I have parsley, and my lavender from last year came back with a vengeance, and it is blooming now, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I also plan on using some of that lavender for making my house smell good, but also for some cooking. But I am specifically thinking about mint today and how to use it beyond just the mojito or the mint julep or the mint jelly that you put on lamb, which I no longer do because I think that's kind of gross. And I think anybody who is from any kind of Mediterranean or Greek background would probably think that's pretty gross too. But what I wanted to talk about first is just, where did mint come from? It's actually quite old. It's been in use for both herbal and medicine and for cooking really since ancient times. It was known to be in ancient Greece. It actually showed up in some ancient Roman cookbooks. And history says that the Romans were actually, mint came to England at about 1400, and that the Pilgrims may have been the ones to bring mint with them to the U.S., to America, with that Columbian exchange of things across the Atlantic. Many people know that mint, of course, is used to freshen your breath. I just read at a staggering percentage that about 40% of America's mint is actually used for mint gum, which I think is interesting. We love our minty gums, but also mint is used for has been known to be used for settling your stomach. And that's actually been around for a long time. Drinking mint tea usually settles an upset stomach. But also mint has been used for just in various dishes. So and I would have to say that most of the mint dishes that I see are really from the Mediterranean part of the world. They use it a lot in their dishes, and I think more and more Americans have started to use to cook Mediterranean dishes. Of course, trying to follow the Mediterranean diet is definitely good for you, and mint kind of comes along with some of those Mediterranean dishes. So a couple of things about, so again, I grow it. If anybody's ever had mint in their yard, they know it can easily take over. It is a perennial, so it comes back every year, and you have to be really careful or use a lot of it because it will take over. And I guess what I would say about mint when I think of mint is that I generally don't buy it at the store, but I do get it out of my yard. So it makes me think of summer. It makes me think of kind of a warm climate or a warm summer day. And that's what I'm actually going to make today, is a salad using mint. And then I was going to show you one other recipe. So anyway, if you actually make mint, if you make any mint dishes or use it somehow during the summer, chime in, and I'd love to see it in the comments. Let's go get started, and I will show you what I'm making today. The first thing I'm going to make is a Mediterranean watermelon salad. This is actually going to be for the cookbook club I'm bringing with me to Hilltop Park. Again, this is Mary Bear Shannon. I am a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library, and this is Kickin' Cooking in Quarantine, and we are cooking with mint today. So here I go off to my kitchen, and we are going to show you what I'm going to be making today. All right, so here we go, and I'm gonna, of course, as usual, I'm going to bend down my camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. So we are going to start with this Mediterranean watermelon salad, and so here we go. So this starts, of course, with watermelon, and I'm going to show you that I have actually cubed up an entire watermelon. And this was an actually pretty good one. I had actually had one last week, and it really was not very sweet, so I got another, and this one is pretty sweet. So that's what we start with. And then the things we're going to add to it are actually mint and basil. And I am doubling this recipe because there's so many people coming to Cookbook Club tonight. So this is actually 30 mint leaves and 30 basil leaves. And I also understand that basil is kind of close in the family with mint as well. So I think this is going to go well together. So I'm just going to chop this up. And, doing mint or doing any kind of herb, sometimes you just have to kind of roll it like a cigar to get it started, because it gets a little floppy. And I'm just going to chop this. This is, again, mint and basil. I have 30 leaves each. I got these out of my garden. Like I said, my herbs are doing really well. My basil is definitely coming along as we get more of these warm, sunny days. So I'm excited about that. And my mint is again starting to take over my yard. I have it in a pot on my deck too, so it's a little contained there. So anyway, this is just chopped up. This is going to go in the salad. I'm actually not going to leave this too rough. I'm actually going to, not finely, but I'm going to make sure that this is fairly chopped for the salad. Okay. So again, this is 30 leaves each of mint and basil, and that is going to go into my bowl with my watermelon. Okay. And then the next thing I'm going to actually put in, and I've actually pre-chopped this. Again, I am doubling this, so this is 4 cups of chopped English cucumber. The nice thing about English cucumbers or Persian cucumbers is you don't need to peel them. They are their skins are not very rough. So it called for 2, but because I'm doubling it, this is 4 cups of chopped Persian cucumber or English cucumber. And that's it. Eventually I'm going to put some feta cheese in here, but I'm going to start on the dressing. So, and this is a honey vinaigrette, and this is going to start with some lime juice. Again, I am doubling this, so this is 4 tablespoons of lime juice, and we're going to put that in. And then we're going to put, because this is named a honey vinaigrette, I am going to put 4 tablespoons of honey. And I wanted to give kind of a PSA for, this is Grange Estate honey. The Grange Estate does have bees, and they harvest them every year, and I was so thrilled to actually get a call that I could actually have honey even during the pandemic last year. And I remember picking it up at the beekeeper's house, and so be on the lookout. You can check their website as they get a little closer. It's usually in August that July or August that they harvest the honey at the Grange Estate. Of course, if you've got allergies, having a local honey may be good for your allergies. It's known to be good because of the pollen in them. Okay, so I'm just going to pour this in, 4 tablespoons of my Grange Estate honey. And then we're going to whisk this up. So this is going to be kind of a sweet salad, but it's got the savoriness of the feta cheese. So that, I think that's going to make a nice kind of sweet and savory dressing and salad. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to do, actually the second to last thing, is we're going to do a couple of pinches of salt, and then lastly, we're going to use some good olive oil. This is 4 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil, and we're going to put that in to make the honey lime vinaigrette. And this is going to go on our Mediterranean watermelon salad. So we're just going to whisk this up and incorporate the oil, the honey, the lime juice, and the pinch of salt. Again, the honey is from the Grange Estate, which is super exciting because I love to use local ingredients. Okay. And then that is going to go over. I'm going to pull this here into the camera view. Again, this is the honey lime olive oil that is going to be used on this Mediterranean watermelon salad. So, and then we're just going to mix this up. Again, it both has basil and it has mint, and so it should be really nice and fresh tasting. I just love having fresh herbs in salads. It just, to me, is just tastes like summer. Okay, so that is my salad. I am bringing that to Cookbook Club, and we're going to put this to the side. And then the next thing that we're going to do is I'm actually going to show you how to make a mint pesto. And I know that people love pesto around here. It's one of my favorites. That's why I always grow lots of basil in my garden. But this is mint pesto. And it's my understanding that mint pesto often goes well on fish. So I was thinking this would be good on salmon. So that's what I am going to use it on. Now here's the tricky thing. This doesn't actually, I'm going to show this, I'm going to bend this down. This actually doesn't look like mint, but this is actually blanched mint. I actually put this, this is mint and parsley together. It called for, let me make sure I have all of my notes here. It called for a cup of parsley as well as 2 cups of mint leaves, and I actually blanched them for about 10 minutes in boiling water and then gave it, plunged it into an ice water bath. And this is supposed to keep the greenness to your parsley and your mint for a little longer, because if I hadn't done that, it would have turned kind of dark. Okay, so we're going to start with that, and I'm going to bring around my my food processor. So give me a minute here, and just pull this off. I'm going to put this around here. So this is, I actually have a blender and a food processor all in one. Other people, you know, love their own food processor, but this is what I have. This isn't a terribly big one, but we are going to put a couple of things in here, and then we're going to pulse it up to make a mint pesto. Again, I have blanched this parsley and mint, and so that is going to go in. And okay, and the next thing is a 1/4 cup. I have roasted these. This is whole raw almonds with skins, and then I roasted them in the toaster oven for about 5 or 10 minutes. And so that's going to go in. That's our base. Instead of like pinolas for regular pesto, we're using almonds. We're also going to put in some olive oil. And this is a 1/4 cup of good olive oil. This is some hot tap water. This is 1/3 cup of hot tap water. That's just to kind of, I think, to lubricate it and keep it going. And then 2 teaspoons of lemon juice and lemon zest. So just a teaspoon of lemon zest. So this should be a really fresh pesto. Again, it's a little different than regular pesto because it doesn't have cheese in it. The next ingredients are, this is just a thinly sliced clove of garlic, and just about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So, okay. And then lastly is just a pinch of pepper. Okay, so we have everything, and I'm going to get out a spatula so I can scrape things down. And this is going to be a little loud, but we are going to process all of our ingredients. We're going to take a look at this and see where we are. It's looking pretty good. I think it needs a little bit more of a pulse, and then we will be done. So pretty good. This is mint pesto. As you see, you can still see a little bit of the almond in there, but it's super green with the mint and the parsley. It's got a little bit of water, a little bit of olive oil, lemon zest, lemon juice. And this, I think we will put on a fish dish probably tomorrow. But this should stay green for a couple of days because I have blanched the leaves in boiling water and then plunged it into an ice water bath. So that is mint pesto. And that is all I have for us today. Thank you for joining me for Kicking Cooking in Quarantine. Again, my name is Mary Bear Shannon. I'm a reference librarian at the Haverford Township Free Library, and I hope you have a great week.